As we hit home stretch on the show, let's turn our attention now to other sports, especially at home, and tell you that the 2025 edition of the Nigeria University Games, hosted in the prestigious University of Jos, is set to climax this weekend following stellar performances by student athletes over the past week. Now, the boxing finals saw Fagbola Fathia of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ashiri Basit of OOU, and Enitan Yisa of Laswed win their matches via walkover, while Ojo Christopher and Reinhard Adebayo of Oye claimed convincing victories. Nentong Victor of Unijos, Kausara Olaifa as well of OOU, and Badok Shalom of Unijos also secured medals in their respective categories. Now, Kende Olanrewaju of Shola University of Education and Iwara Mathias of the University of Calabar completed the sprint double with victories in the 200 meters finals. Olanrewaju, who won the 100 meters, finished the women's 200 meters in 24.2 seconds, with Alfika Sulaiman of Oye claiming silver in 24.92 seconds. Talk about the very best of, matches right there. Games different across different sports, really. The Nigerian University Games is really delivering in terms of spectacle and entertainment right there in the University of Jos. And this games, the sports festival, it must be said, is definitely boosting tourism for Plateau State. Now, Chuang Payok is the general manager and chief executive of Plateau State, and he joins the show this evening talking about the chief executive of the Plateau State Tourism Corporation right there. He joins us this evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, let's begin with this. What inspired Plateau State Tourism Corporation to partner, with Unijos for the 27th edition of the Nuga Games, and how does this align with the vision of promoting tourism in Plateau State?
It's not just the Plateau State Tourism Corporation that is partnering with the University of Jos. It's the Plateau State government and led by His Excellency Barrister Caleb Mutfwang, who has shown much commitment and interest in the University of Jos hosting the games. He did that through supporting the university to make sure that most of what they needed for organizing and planning to host these Nuga games were, at least the little the state can do, was available to the university, and even went on there right to give on the spot assessments and encouragement to the management of the University of Jos to see that the games actually hold, because of the challenges they were facing in terms of putting up the infrastructure and all other relevant functions that they needed to put in place before the arrival of the contingents from the different universities. And thankfully, last weekend, the opening ceremony was held and His Excellency was equally present. Now, linking this to tourism and why Plateau felt there was a need to partner with the Nuga Games in relation to tourism. We all know that sports is a major tourism activity globally. And Plateau has always been a bit in the news for what we consider very unfair, wrong reasons. And we believe that having the Nuga Games in Jos was a unique opportunity for the state to push the positive narrative about the fact that our state is not as deserted, our state is not as crisis-ridden as people want to paint it at every little opportunity that they get. So today, we are very happy that the games have been on for, I think, 5 to 6 days now, and will very soon be rounding up. And all the contingents have been displaying their artistry, let me put it that way, all the sportsmanship and the excitement that is at all the different venues that we have across the state. So nothing out of the ordinary has happened, and we're indeed very excited that these games has given us an opportunity to tell the whole world that Plateau is ready. Plateau is indeed prepared to host whatever kind of activity, not just the Nuga Games, even bigger activities where we believe that we are prepared, we are ready to host that. And as far as tourism is concerned, we've taken the Plateau State Tourism Corporation has worked collaboratively with the organizers at the University of Jos to make sure that when the contingents are on ground, we are able to give them a feel of what Plateau has to offer in terms of tourism attractions. So a little bit of a city tour has been organized, and I know that a number of delegates or contingents from the different universities would have a feel of what Plateau has to offer.
Okay,
Indeed, we are
let me
equally...
butt in here, please. Pardon me, let me butt in here,
Yeah.
please. Yeah, let's talk about those
Yeah.
historical sites. I mean, the cultural experiences that you have on display right now, not just in terms of music or food. You have over 10,000 student athletes right there in Plateau State. That they need to, have a feel, an experience of what the rich cultural heritage is right there in Plateau State. So what are these cultural heritage you think will be on display for the student athletes?
Well, I didn't get all what you asked, but because all that we have tried to do is to make sure that as they visit the different locations, they don't just see the natural attractions that Plateau is blessed with. It's a mix of everything, both the cultural, traditional dances and different groups that will be on hand to receive the delegation as at all of these venues that they will visit within the course of the city tour. So we are trying as much as possible to use the limited time available to showcase all that Plateau has to offer, not just in terms of the natural beauty and tourist attractions that we have, but of course, be able to showcase the rich cultural traditions and diversities that Plateau has. So it's all wrapped in one. And we believe that as they go round the state, they will indeed enjoy the spectacle that will be presented, and they will leave with lasting memories that we hope and pray will give them the cost to visit Plateau, where after the games and even far into the future, when they decide to take up future careers or endeavors or find peaceful cities to settle in. So it's more than just a visit. It encompasses every other aspect that so that we take advantage of the limited time that we have.
Okay, that's well said. It must be said. Payok, thank you so much for your time on the show. The General Manager and Chief Executive of Plateau State Tourism Corporation. Thank you so much.